Blessed love, brothers and sisters. I'm going to title this video Caricom Conference, Jamaica takes lead. Right? But I'm going to, speak a little poem. It's called History in the Poem, brothers and sisters. History in the Poem. Right? History in the Poem. One of the ways the British, Spaniards, and French colonized Africa and the Caribbean was by renaming transportation system and placing their own insignia on important landmarks, including naming or renaming geographical location in their national vernacular. This is particularly true in Jamaica, where etymologically and historically, Jamaica was given the name Jamaica by the Spanish, and they made Spanish Town its first capital in 1534. Spaniard gave us names such as Arocabeza, Rio Cobre, Rio Grande, and Otorios. Then the British overthrew the Spaniards in 1655 and started renaming many of the roads and streets. We have Prince of Wales Drive, Prince Albert Street, Kingston are all British. Scotland, Wales, and Ireland all have landmarks named after their countries in Jamaica. This is sometimes reciprocated with place names unique to Jamaica, used by colonizers, often based upon the historic slave trade. So now the Chinese have built a $730 million highway, right? A $730 million highway. A $730 million highway linking Kingston South to Otorios North. The local name given to this highway, which all Jamaicans pay toll charges to use, is Beijing Highway. Are you getting this right, so-called Jamaicans? Beijing Highway was built mostly by Chinese for Chinese. How did Jamaica benefit by going into excessive debt and promising land resources to Chinese? To the Jamaican government, are you losing your minds? You also came close to monetizing cockpit country to the Chinese recently. Have you forgotten about Little Goat Island and its wildlife that the Chinese wanted to destroy to build hotels? If we go back into history, we might learn something from our national heroes who fought the Spaniards and the British, and the one female heroine, Nanny of the Maroons, was done far better than most of you put together. Right? Maroons is another title. It means brownish or brown, reddish, right? Describing the people. Black people, reddish, brownish. Adam has done far better than most of you put together. Nanny defended our rights to ownership while you are giving them away. When so-called Jamaicans, black slaves who are Hebrews of the tribe of Benjamin, right? Levi is among us, and Judah, which is Haiti, right? When so-called Jamaicans, black slaves who are Hebrews of the tribe of Benjamin of the royal house of Yashrael, who worked the plantations, were dying out, the British sent for Chinese as conscripted laborers to replace them. If my memory served me right, ever since China set foot in Jamaica, historically native Jamaicans, right, Maroons who are Hebrews and Taino who are not, hardly owns a supermarket. Why? Drive to all our major cities and see who owns the key areas. Do you, the Jamaican government, own any roads or businesses in China? Can you go to China to build anything for the country? While I do not hate Chinese, Jamaicans do not discriminate based upon ethnicity, since our motto is out of many one people. We have German Jamaicans, Irish Jamaicans, Syrian Jamaicans, Chinese Jamaicans. But we should refuse to allow large new waves of imported Chinese employment in our country, while a large percent of the locals are unemployed. Isn't that common sense? China has the largest population in the world, 1.44 billion people of the world's population, 7.8 billion people. They are looking places to send Chinese so as to extend their influence or to expand their influence. Jamaica has just under 3 million people at any given time, with millions in the diaspora. Maybe you should pay attention to building Jamaica to a level where diasporians communities can start to safely invest in our country. Instead of importing Chinese labor, try and fix JDF, Jamaica Defense Force, JCF, Jamaica Constabulary Force. Work on employment for our youth by providing more apprenticeship, right? Building up the railroad. We had the first railroad in the Western Hemisphere. You know what I mean? Build the railroad and stations to connect the 14 parishes. Right? We need better roads infrastructure. Right? We need hospitals in rural areas and ambulances, fire stations in all 14 parishes, and better engine trucks. Right? More pay, better pay for the teachers. Right? And the police. Right? And so forth. Put Hebrew curriculum in the school so the people can get back to their roots. And invest in agriculture. You understand? We gotta invest in the farmers, right? And so forth. Put Hebrew curriculum in the school so the people can get back to their roots, right? And tell the non-native Chinese, sorry, but we can help ourselves. I love my country of birth. This is that land of my birth, says Eric Donaldson. So yes, brothers and sisters, the Jamaican government seems like it's taking the right step and moving in the right direction for unity among the Caribbean nations. You know what I mean? So we can come together and work on our own problem instead of waiting or looking towards the European, the West, to solve our own problems. There's a lot of issue going on in Haiti also. It's by design. You know what I mean? A lot of 116 crooked politicians and corrupted cops are funding and fueling the so-called gang war in Haiti right now, where the people are telling us that it is not so. It's people with deep pockets funding the disablement of the country. Yes, brothers and sisters, I'm going to leave a video link about the current crisis in Haiti, and you're going to hear the voice notes of these so-called Haitian gangs, and they would tell you who is funding what and who is in charge of what, brothers and sisters. The video description link is going to be below this video. United we stand, divided we fall, brothers and sisters. So it's time to unite. Watch the video. Blessed love.
And a growing sense of unity after being exploited and the Caribbean is showing signs of resistance and a growing sense of unity after being exploited and abused for generations by white colonial powers. The Caribbean is showing signs of resistance and a growing sense of unity after being exploited and abused for generations by white colonial powers and fraudulent economic systems. And this time, Jamaica is blazing the torch of defiance to neo-imperialism. Hello and welcome to TFI Global Caribbean, TFI Global's channel specially dedicated to the land of sun and sand. I am your host Ananya Sharma. Let's begin. According to a recent report, Jamaica's Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark, has called on Caribbean countries to collaborate and coordinate to enhance their preparedness for global changes and protect their revenue bases. We are small. We have a common history. These factors should allow us to be nimble and agile in response to the changing global tax landscape, which is undergoing a transformation, he said. The minister also discussed the limitations of Caricom, an international grouping of 15 Caribbean nations that serves as a political and economic union. The fact is that aspects of the Caricom tax treaty, which was entered into a very different time, may now be inconsistent with global standards. If so, let us be proactive and update, and not find ourselves in a position where this inconsistency is brought to our attention by the threat of sanction. Without a doubt, this was a clear statement to the US-led West that the Caribbean countries would no longer accept being treated like simple puppets by the Western powers. You see, America has intervened fraudulently in the internal affairs of Caricom throughout the years. With some exceptions, the economies of the Caricom region have also either stalled or developed extremely slowly, and excessive unemployment has turned into a recurring problem. Export diversification has been modest and insufficient to produce satisfactory growth rates despite significant policy adjustments. The objective is to unite Caribbean economies and to defend the area from rapacious Western nations. In order to establish a single financial market, the partner states have accelerated key processes such as the harmonization of monetary and exchange rate policies, payment and settlement systems, financial sector supervision, fiscal policies, coordination and standardization of statistics, and regionalization of the financial sector. The Caribbean nations have also made notable progress towards defying the myriad problems that endow the region by putting up a united fight. A few months ago, 9 Caribbean nations joined forces in the fight for a toxic-free future of the region, with the launch of the $11 million Caribbean Islands project today. Together, the countries set to eliminate over 400 tons of contaminated material and avoid the release of more than 150,000 tons of marine litter. In the current geopolitical environment, the Caribbean countries are aware of the importance of independence, self-determination and integration. Western nations have long attempted to pillage the region by plundering its immense natural wealth. The Caribbean developing countries' attempts to pursue emancipatory economic and social development programs have been jeopardized by the parasitic US tactics that prohibit them from equitably participating in the abundance of their own natural resources. The servitude of these so-called countries is the foundation of the wealth of the affluent Western nations. However, there are indications that a pan-Caribbean uprising against this new imperialism may be on the rise. The nations of the region have now made it crystal clear that they will not tolerate further exploitation by Western powers. Be rest assured, a unified and influential Caribbean is on the horizon.